Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob. Welcome back to episode number 18 of the Seattle Mariners franchise here on MLB The Show 23 as the Mariners will head out on the road this episode, starting off with a quick two-game series against the San Diego Padres before going to Los Angeles. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. Joe Musgrove will grace the mound for the San Diego Padres, not having the best season for him. Colton Wong will stop into the batter's box, and we'll begin today with a 2-2 fastball out to left field. That'll be easily caught out there by Soto. And we'll take a look at this Mariners lineup. It's the same one you've come to know and love. Why change it up when we're the best team in the American League? Wong, Crawford, France, Julio Rodriguez, Hernandez, Suarez, Pollock, Cal Raleigh, and then Dylan Moore, the DH. He's hit 61 home runs, which is only ninth in the American League this season. Next batter, J.P. Crawford, the perfectly timed hit into right field. Nice timing on the low fastball. Crawford's put together a very solid season. Very happy with what we've seen out of our shortstop. France up next, this one deep to left field, and it's off the wall. Soto made a play on it. Could have potentially got it, but the ball hits the ground, and wisely Crawford will get to third base. That's a one-out double for Ty France. So two runners in scoring position for Julio Rodriguez, who looks at a slider down and in. Beautiful pitch by Musgrove. Rodriguez don't like it, but I have to tend to agree with that call. And then Hernandez also goes down on the slider. So the Mariners squander two in scoring position in the first inning. Luis Castillo will grace the mound for the Mariners. 3.58 ERA, not having a Luis Castillo type season in my opinion. As Ha-Seong Kim will step into the batter's box. He leads all second basemen in the National League in All-Star voting. He leads one right to the second baseman. Second baseman grounds out to fellow second baseman to begin the ball game. We'll take a look at this Padres lineup. Next up will be the Jake Cronenworth, followed by Manny Machado, Juan Soto, Matt Carpenter, Adam Engel, Trent Grisham, Brandon Dixon, and Pedro Severino. Padres very dangerous on the base pass, and they have a couple of deadly hitters right there in that 3-4 spot. Jake Cronenworth up next, blasts one deep to right center. This one's almost at the track, but Hernandez does range over and make the grab. That brings up Manny Machado, who's going to first pitch swinging, and the All-Star from a season ago will slap this one into center field for a two-out base runner for the Padres. And that brings up Juan Soto up next, and he's going to drill one to left center. The deadly 3-4 spot for the Padres comes in clutch as Machado will come all the way around from first base, and that'll be a two-out RBI double for Juan Soto, his 16th double of the season. Padres strike first, and then Matt Carpenter will draw a walk, so Castillo still having troubles getting through this first inning. Adam Engel, though, will strike out on the high fastball. The Padres draw first blood. We'll go to top four now. Teoscar Hernandez leading off for the Mariners. Musgrove pitched very solid up to this point. As I say, leadoff single, though, for the right fielder. And that'll bring up Suarez up next, who can't lay off the high heat. Suarez goes down swinging. He's done a lot of that this season. And then it's A.J. Pollock who takes a fastball. This one lower in the zone, and this one's actually going to be belted to left center, but it's actually going to be caught. It's great range out there by Adam Engel to track that one down for the second out of the inning. And then Cal Raleigh will pop up a slider. So the Mariners struggling to get anything going on Joe Musgrove in this one. 4 scoreless innings for the Padres. Bottom 5 now, Castillo on the mound, starting to find a groove. He gets Brandon Dixon a strikeout. And on the 2-1 pitch, Pedro Severino hits this one into right, and Teoscar Hernandez will put that one away. So I'll take us to the top of the lineup where Ha-Seong Kim drills one to deep center field. Julio is back all the way at the track, but he puts it away. And both starting pitchers putting together very solid outings, both solid through 5, but that'll be it for Luis Castillo. He goes 5 solid innings, only gave up the earned run back in the first. Before we turn it over to Penn Murphy, who actually steps in into the 7th, as Castillo went 6 innings, pardon me. His first batter, Matt Carpenter, will miss on the sinker. He goes down for the first. Penn Murphy has done a phenomenal job for the Mariners this season. Their go-to guy in these middle innings, as he gets Adam Engel to then pop out to right field. And then Trent Grisham 0-2. Easy one over to third, but actually Suarez doesn't get a glove on that. I thought maybe that'd be a bloop catch. Suarez doesn't get there. Suarez has played very good defense this season, though. That's not a knock on him. And then Murphy does get Dixon a strikeout. So still scoreless, or same score through 7. As we go top 8, 1 out, J.P. Crawford into center field. Musgrove still into the game in the 8th inning. But after that single, he will be taken out for Robert Suarez, who signed the 5-year, $46 million contract in the offseason. He's only pitched 9 innings, though, as after the base hit, Sam Haggerty will come in at 2-pinch run. Ty France up next, ball in the dirt, and that is going to allow Moore to go to second. Moore very dangerous on the base pass, and now he's in a scoring position with only 1 away. 2 pitches later, Ty France up the middle. Suarez does bat it down with his glove, throws him out at first. Moore does move up to third, and it's going to be up to Julio Rodriguez. First pitch, perfectly times it, rips it into the right center gap, and that one is off the wall, almost a home run, but it's an RBI double for J-Rod, who finally gets the Mariners on the board, and we're all back tied up at 1 apiece. 9th double of the season for Julio, and then Teoscar Hernandez, though, can't follow up, so he misses through the high heater. But the Mariners get their first run of the game. They're going to go bottom 8s. They're going to give it to Paul Sewald here, who actually pitches also into the 9th inning. First batter he sees will be Manny Machado in this inning as he chops it over to the shortstop Haggerty, who came in, and Haggerty makes a play at first. Juan Soto up next. First 3-0 count, and he rips it over to first as Soto gets the green light, but he can't capitalize. So quick 2 down for the Padres. And then Matt Carpenter swings a miss on the high fastball. So we're still tied at 1 after 9, which means we're going to extra innings. The 10th inning will belong to Drew Pomeranz, who comes in relief, making his 24th appearance of the season. Dylan Moore will lead off as he gets the first pitch, and he's going to hit this one into right center. And with the extra innings runner, he's going to come around and score. Cal Raleigh will reach home plate, and that is an RBI double for Dylan Moore, and the Mariners have a quick 2-1 lead. And we get ready to turn over to the top of the lineup, too. 1-1 pitch to Wong. This one's in the dirt, and it bounces away from Severino. And Moore, quick on his feet, is going to get over to third base. So that puts him on third with no outs. And the Mariners, they're going to try to bunt him in. Wong lays out a perfect bunt that will succeed, and the Mariners take a 3-1 lead on a nice sacrifice by Colton Wong. 2 batters later, France will strike out, but the Mariners take a 2-run lead into the 10th. Where Andres Munoz will come in trying to get his 23rd save of the season. He has been perfect up until this point. Adam Engel leads off for the Padres, 0 for 3 in today's game, and he strikes out on the slider away. Nice pitch by Munoz. Next up, Xander Bogaerts is going to come in to pinch hit. His day off will no longer be a thing, as the former Red Sox gets an 0-1 pitch, and Bogaerts hits this one into right field, and Hernandez makes a diving effort, but he comes up short, and this one goes all the way to the wall. Runner will score. Bogaerts is going to go to third, and he's actually going to be gunned down. Wong with a brilliant heads-up play. Knows he can't get the runner home. Instead, he gets Bogaerts at third. So bases are empty, and the next batter will fly out to left to end the ballgame. What a heads-up defensive play by Colton Wong. He could have tried to go home, would not have succeeded, and it would have been 1 out with a runner on third. Instead, he goes to third base, catches the aggressive Bogaerts, who did not think the throw would go that way, gets the outs, and then Munoz gets the final one. So very good heads-up play defensively. And the Mariners take this one 3-2. Sewald gets the win, Pomeranz loss, and Munoz gets the save. Player of the game does go to Luis Castillo, who gave up the run back in the first, but pitched 6 solid innings of only 3 hit baseballs, struck out 6. And the Mariners take the first game of this quick 2-game set. Fortunately, not able to take the second. The Padres win 4-3. Interesting note, Blake Snell only pitched 1 inning for the Padres before, I guess, having to come out with an injury. He would be okay in the long run, though, so the San Diego dodges a bullet there. Second half of the episode, we're going to travel out to Anaheim to face our division rival, the Los Angeles Angels, who currently sit 31-33 on the season. This is only our second time facing the Angels this season. They took 2 out of 3, though, in the first one back in Seattle in the first week of April. A lot has changed since the first week of the season. Griffey Jr. graces the mound for the Angels, making his only 4th start of the season. His last start, he only went 6 innings, gave up 3 earned runs in the L. Logan Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners. Here's how they will stack up in the lineup, the exact same lineup you just saw. J.P. Crawford now hitting above 300, leads the team. It's been a very good month of May for him. Here's the lineup for the Angels: Urshela, Rendon, Trout, Ward, Walsh, Drury, Stassi, Rengifo, and Phillips. One name you do not see is Shohei Ohtani. Remember, he suffered an injury. He will be out for the next 1 to 2 months, so a big blow to the LA Angels to lose the 2021 AL MVP. We'll start this one at the bottom of the second, where the last month's Player of the Month, Taylor Ward, grounds out to begin the inning. Then I'll bring up the first baseman, Jared Walsh. 1-1 pitch over to right to third again. And Suarez, great diving effort. Can't get the throw at first. But I've been very impressed with Suarez's defense recently. You wouldn't think it, but Eugenio has done a very good job defensively. Next batter, Drury pops this one into shallow right center. Rodriguez will range over and make that play. Runner will hold at first. Max Stassi up next. Pitch in the dirt. That's going to get by Cal Raleigh. A rare non-block by Cal. And that's going to allow the runner to advance to second. So Walsh on scoring position now. Later in the account, 3-2 pitch from Stassi. And he's going to boot this one to the shallow right field. And Wong or Hernandez can't get over. And since it was 2 outs, runner is on the move. And that's a bloop RBI single for Max Stassi. And the Angels, just like that, get the first run of the ballgame. Luis Rengifo up next will swing at a pitch in the dirt, and that'll end the second, but the Angels lead 1-0. Top 3 with the Mariners. We'll see if they can answer as Dylan Moore will slice this one into the right center gap. Trout cannot make the play. And Dylan Moore, who's been swinging very impressively in a recent week, starting to turn around his offensives. That's earned him an everyday spot at DH. Up next, Colton Wong. First pitch chopper over to first. That's going to move Moore over to third. However, Wong will be put out at the bag. And then the next batter, J.P. Crawford, does the exact same thing. Chopper over to first, but he scores a run. Moore will come in to score. And it's the RBI for Crawford. And we're tied up at 1 apiece again. Ty France, the next batter, 2-2. We'll chop this one over to the shortstop, Rengifo, who fields it. And that'll end the inning, but the Mariners answer back nicely with a run of their own. Bottom 4 now again with the Angels. Taylor Ward slaps this one to right field. Last month's player of the month hit .347 with 10 homers and 22 RBIs. And it looks like he's not slowing down. Walsh up next. Chopper over to Suarez. He makes a great rangy play. Turns the 2 to second to first. And it's a 5-4-3 double play. Nice play again from Suarez. Brandon Drury up next, though, will slap this one past the diving Colton Wong. And it'll roll all the way to the wall. J-Rod can't cut it off. Runner gets to second, so that's an RBI, or not an RBI, 2-out double for Drury, his 7th double of the season. We'll see if Stassi can get another RBI as he slaps this one up the middle for a base hit. Rodriguez charges. They're going to send the runner. Close play at the plate, and it's not in time. Drury beats it by a half second. That's the second RBI of the day for Max Stassi. The Angels take another lead here in the 4th. Rengifo will strike out to end it. So we'll go top 5 to see if the Mariners can answer, and here's a perfectly timed pitch by Pollock, and we don't get a long time to get our answer. A solo shot to left field, and Pollock, just like that, reties the ball game as the former Chicago White Sox perfectly timed that pitch. His 8th home run of the season goes .388 into the bullpen, and we're tied up back at square one as it's 2 apiece. That'll do it for Griffin Canning of this one as Jaime Barria will come in relief. Who actually took the loss in the game just last night. He has 1 out now for Ty France, who perfectly times this one as well. Hits this one to left as well, and it's over the short wall. The second perfectly timed home run of the inning for the Mariners. As it's the first baseman, Ty France, who is his 7th of the season. And the Mariners take their first lead of the ball game. Wong and Crawford excited to see it, as it's 3-2 in favor of the M's. Barria's day will not last long as Carlos Estevez will come in relief now. Same inning, mind you, for the Angels. He gets into the 7th, where he gets Suarez to strike out as he couldn't hold a swing back. Next batter, Pollock. He will look at strike 3, so Estevez comes in and gets the first 2 batters down. That brings up Cal Raleigh, who will draw a full count walk. Fastball just off the plate, and the big dumper will take first. Dylan Moore up next. He hits this one up the middle. It's batted down by the shortstop Rengifo, but no play, as that's an infield single for Moore. It's 2 on, 2 out for the Mariners, and Wong turns on a fastball, hits this one into right center, and it will drop. Runner comes around to score, and the Mariners extend their lead 4-2. RBI single for Colton Wong. And runner still on the corners for Estevez. And Crawford up next continues the hot streak. Slaps this one past the diving glove of Walsh. Another RBI for the Mariners. It's now 5-2. As this one's starting to get away from the Angels, Estevez will be pulled in favor of Ryan Tepera, who's got a .546 ERA on the season. And he's going to be tasked to try to shut this one down. As Ty France gets a high slider, drills this one to left, and it's over the glove of the left fielder. And it bounces over the wall. RBI double for France as this one goes 6-2. As Rodriguez up next will foul off the first pitch of his at-bat And the Angels are going to intentionally walk him. Very interesting to see him at least pitch one to him if your goal was to walk him. So nonetheless, bases loaded for Teoscar Hernandez. 3-1 pitch, and it's a low ball. So that means Hernandez will walk, and that means Crawford will walk in to score. So just like that, the Mariners get a freebie. 7-2 now in favor of the M's. Base is still loaded, but Eugenio Suarez will fly out to right. And just like that, a 4 spot here in the inning gives the Mariners a 5-run lead. Penn Murphy will come in the 7th to keep this one it's 5-run lead. First batter he faces Max Stassi, grounder over to Wong. Easy play for the first out of the inning. And the Angels get anything going in muster us their offense. Rengifo will fly out in the foul territory, and Cal Raleigh, nice rangy play, gets the second out. And then Phillips swings through the slider, so Murphy gets his job done. 3 quick outs. And the 8th inning will go to Jose Quijada. The lefty will come in out of the pen for the Angels. First batter he sees will be A.J. Pollock. On the very first pitch, Pollock perfectly times a fastball. This one hit out to center. It's got some carry, and it's going to be gone. A.J. Pollock, his 2nd home run of the day, swung on and belted another perfectly timed homer for the Mariners. 9th of the season, 402. That guy outside the dugout is ecstatic as the Mariners just again extend their lead. It's now a 6-run ball game. 2 batters later, Moore gets plunked, so Quijada didn't like the celebration. And then Crawford will draw a walk as well, so Quijada puts 2 on now with 2 outs. And it's Ty France again. First pitch swinging, laced into center field. Can't let your emotions get the best of you as Moore will score. And it'll be 9-2 now in favor of the Mariners. It just looks like the Angels have just gotten so frustrated with this game. It's letting it get away from them. They're now down by 7. And Julio Rodriguez gets a high knuckleball. Matt Moore came into the game, but luckily for the Angels, that one is put out in left. It's now a 7-run ball game. Marco Gonzalez comes in the 8th just to get the final 2 innings done. He gets the first 5 down, and then Brett Phillips with 2 outs. This will be how the ball game ends. A quick, easy fly out to Suarez, and the Mariners take Game 1 against the Angels by a final score of 9-2. It was awesome to see so many perfectly timed hits in this one, and they all seem to clear the fence. The Mariners have done a very good job this week of just hitting the baseball well, getting timing on pitches, staying patient, sitting back on off speed, being aggressive on fastballs. And it all showed in this game. 9 runs on 12 hits, 2 for 11 on the Angels. They left a lot on base. But Gilbert gets the win, Barria the loss, and Ty France gets the player of the game. I probably would have given it to Pollock considering he had 2 home runs. But, France did go 4 for 5, which is pretty impressive. But nonetheless, a great team effort here by the Mariners to get the win. We simulate the next one. We get some unfortunate news. Marco Gonzalez dislocates his shoulder. He's going to be out for 1 to 2 months. We're going to put him on the 60-day deal, give him some extra time to rest. I think we have a little bit of depth on the pitching that we're not going to rush him back. And we do lose the second game, though, 6-5. Trout went 3 for 5, home run, a double, 2 RBIs, usual Trout stuff. In order to fill the gap for Gonzalez, Justice Sheffield will be called back up. He had a short stint this season earlier, and he didn't look the best in 5 innings pitched, or 10 innings pitched, but he'll be the long reliever again. We do win Game 3 to win the series by a final score of 8-4. Teoscar Hernandez starting to wake up a little bit. He went 3 for 5 with a homer. And we end the episode here. As next episode, we'll have 2 home series back against the Marlins, as well as the Chicago White Sox, as we continue to play excellent ball going into the month of June. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys have enjoyed the rapid fire episodes of the Mariners recently, just trying to get some progress done. But thank you guys so much for your support. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. I'll see you in the next one.